Okay, this problem says Tony is ordering pizza from Pete's Pizza. The delivery fee is $5 and each pizza costs $8. We need to remember that when we write equations, we have y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. B is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is a one-time charge. The slope is something that's our rate of change. So as I go through and I look at my equation, the delivery fee is a one-time charge. That's going to be my y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept. Or my constant, whatever you want to say. Each pizza costing $8, that's my rate of change. So now, to be able to write my equation, y equals, I have 8 times the number of pizzas plus a one-time charge, which is $5. That's my equation you should have come up with. Now it asks you, it said if Tony only has $38 to spend, how many pizzas can he purchase? This 38 goes in here for y. So I have 38 equals 8n plus 5. From here to solve it, this is just our regular two-step ones. I would, on your board, I need to see minus 5 to each side. 38 minus 5 is 33 equals 8n. Then divide by 8. Now, this is not going to be a nice, easy number. What is 33 divided by 8? No, 4 point. Okay, guys, put it in the calculator. What does it say? Thank you, 4.125. Now, it says that they only have $38 to spend. So how many pizzas can he purchase? If he purchases 4, if I take 8 times 4 plus 5, that's 32, plus 5, that's 37. I still have enough money. If I order 5 pizzas and have 8 times 5 plus 5, that's 40 plus 5. That's $45. I don't have enough money. So he can order 4 pizzas with the money he has. Now, look at this right here. It says collect the like terms. Well, let's think about what that means. Okay, so collecting the like terms, looking up here at the board, take a minute and write the ones that go together. So group them on your board or on your paper with which one of these up here go together. So when you collect the like terms, you're putting together the things that are alike. So I would put like the 5 with the negative 11. There's none that just have numbers anywhere. I'd put the A's together. And then I'd put the X's together. That's what I mean by combining like terms. Each one of these things is a term. Like terms mean that they're the same. They have similar properties. Okay, so, and then we talked yesterday about expressions and equations. Remember that an equation has an equal sign. And an expression does not. An equation could be something like this. Okay, 2 times x plus 4 equals 8. That's an equation. An expression would be just 2 times x plus 4. An expression does not have an equal sign with it. Okay, so let's review what we did yesterday. Right here, write what you see. Write this in the unsimplified form. Okay, so what it has here for you, these are two positive x's. I want you to write 2x. A negative unit, you should have -1. Then your paper should have negative 2x plus 4 units, a negative 1x, and a positive 2x. That's the unsimplified form. That's what you should have on your paper. Then to simplify, because the only thing you can do with expressions is simplify. You can't solve it because there's no equal sign. So my x's are going to go together. Now, a positive x takes away a negative x. Positive x takes away a negative x. Positive x takes away a negative x. So what I have, 2x minus 2x, that makes 0. Negative 1 plus 2, that's my 1x. That's what I have right here. Then my units, I have 4 minus 1. Well, that's because a positive takes away a negative, and I'm left with these 3 positives, and that's the plus 3. One mistake is that people try to tell me that the answer is x equals 3. There is no equal sign in this anywhere. All we're doing is simplifying and combining like terms. Okay, so with that right here, do not draw the tiles. You can if you want to, but I don't really want you to. I want you right now to simplify it, put it in the calculator, and check, please. So on the first one, I'm going to put my x's together. 5x and 7x gives me 12x. And then I only have this unit right here, plus 1. So remember to check. I'm going to go into y equals and put the original problem into y1, what I believe the answer is into y2. So I go up here to y equals, and I'm going to put in there 5x plus 1. Oops, forgot my plus 7x. Plus 7x. And in y2, I have 12x plus 1. Second graph. With expressions, you have to look and see that all of y1 and y2 are the same. So since they're the same, that means that they're correct. So on the next one, I'm going to put together my x's. 7x minus 6x, which is 1x. Then I have 1 plus 1, which is 2. So my answer that you should have gotten is x plus 2. 7 minus 6 is 1x. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so then this one from what we did. First off, write this with the parentheses. How many groups are there of a certain thing? Okay, there is 3 groups. 3 groups of x plus 1. That's my unsimplified version. Then my simplified. When I take 3 times x, I get 3x. 3 times 1, I get 3. To check this in the calculator, you would do it the same way we did the last one. You'd put the original problem into y1, what we think the answer is into y2. And then you would look and see and make sure that y1 and y2 are the same all the way down. Okay, so let's do these two right now. Write down these two problems, and then check them in the calculator. All right, so on number 3, you'll take the number that's outside the parentheses times everything that's inside. So I have 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 3 plus 6. That would be your answer. On number 4, negative 3 times 2x, negative 6x, negative 3 times negative 4 plus 12. All right, now this one on number 5. On this one, we combine the two things together. Order of operations says to do the parentheses first. So we're going to go and take 8 times x, 8x, 8 times 7 is 56. Now, this minus 7x is not in the parentheses, so I just drop it straight down. So now we'll put together the x's. So I have 8x minus 7x, which is 1x, plus 56. And that's your answer. So you would put the original into y1, what you believe the answer is into y2. All right, so let's look at this problem. It says Jason is saving money to buy a bike. The bike costs $245 and he already has saved $125. Each week he adds $15 to his savings. How long will it take him to save enough money to buy the bike? I want you to write an equation. You need to find the thing that's a one time, that they only do once, and something that is your rate of change. Well, first off, he's adding $15 each week. This is going to be my rate of change. It's $15 each week. He already has 125. That's my constant. That's my y-intercept. So now to set up my equation, I would have 15w plus 125 equals 245 is what he's trying to save. So now from here, once you have it written, then you can solve the equation. I would subtract 125 from each side. I get 15w equals 120. And if you divide by 15, what's 120 divided by 15? So that means that it's going to take 8 weeks for him to save up enough money. Everything that we've just done now is stuff that we should have already known how to do. Now, let's jump ahead going into, whoops, there we go. Starting to find equations by combining like terms in the distributive property. So on your paper, on your boards right now, we should have this written down. What you're going to do, you're going to find your equal sign, draw your dotted line like I've done in the past with you. Now what I like to do is I like to cover up the right-hand side and look just at the left. What things can we put together right now? The negative 4 and the 7. The x will just come down, so I have x, negative 4 plus 7, positive 3, equals, okay, so we did everything we could on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, is there anything to put together? No. The 5 just stays right there. Now let's solve from here. Subtract 3 from each side. X equals 2. Now let's remember on solving equations how you're supposed to check. You're supposed to put the left-hand side into y1, right-hand side into y2. Okay, so let me grab my handy-dandy calculator. And let's put in there x minus 4 plus 7. And in y2, I'm going to put in there 5. So now I'm going to press second graph. I think the answer is 2. I'm going to go down here to where x is 2. y1 and y2 are both the same numbers. That means that I am correct. Try the next one. Try number 7. And then check it in the calculator. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to draw my dotted line where the equal to bar is. I'm going to look on the left-hand side. I'm going to put together my x's. I'm going to bring my 1 down, and I have 4x minus 6x, which is minus 2x, equals. And on the right-hand side is the 5. Now from here, I need to solve and get my x by itself. So the plus 1 becomes minus 1. I subtract 1 from each side. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. I have negative 2x equals 4. From here, you divide by negative 2. X equals negative 2. And then you should have checked it. Okay, here are two. We just did this one over here. Let's see. Here's one right there, number 2 on the right-hand side. It says negative 4 parentheses, x minus 3, and then minus 3 equals 9. Solve this one and check it, please. So as you look at this problem, I look at the left-hand side. I do parentheses first. So I'm going to take negative 4 times x and negative 4 times negative 3. Negative 4 times x, negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. Now, this other minus 3 over here, that's not inside the parentheses, so I just bring it down, and I have minus 3. And that equals 9. Now, after you do the parentheses, look and see what you can put together. So I have negative 4x, that stays the same. 12 minus 3 is 9, and that equals 9. The next step you should have down is that you should have subtracted 9 from each side. Negative 4x equals 0. Then divide by negative 4. X equals 0. Now, you see how my steps go all the way down step by step? Nice and orderly, and you can follow it. You have to do that in order for me to follow what you're doing when I'm grading your assignments and tests. And it is the process as much as it is getting the right answer. Here's the next one. So on this problem, I'm going to draw my dotted line at my equal sign. I look on the left. As I cover up the right, I look on the left, and I see that I have parentheses. So I'm going to multiply that 4 times everything inside the parentheses. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. When I look at the right-hand side, the only thing I see is negative 16, so I just leave it as negative 16. Now, to solve for x, I'm going to add 16 to both sides. I get 12x equals 0. Divide by 12, x equals 0. All right, let's try another one. Not that one, we did that. Okay, let's try this one right here. So for this equation, I see that there is just the distributive property, and so I'm going to take 2 times x, 2 times negative 1. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And that equals 2. I'm going to add 2 to each side. 2x equals 4. Divide by 2. X equals 2. There are all the steps that I need to see for you to get full credit. Let's see. Let me jump in. All right, look at this one and try and figure out what step 2 is. As you look at this and it shows you step by step what to do. If here is my original problem, what do I need to do in order to solve it? I need to do the distributive property. So 3 times 6x is 18x. 3 times 2 plus 6. That plus 1 stays out there. Whoops, looks like a 7. Let me fix that. This answer should be D. Now wait a minute. What's happening in C? How did they get this answer in C? Yeah, they didn't finish multiplying. They only took 3 times 6 and got 18. I'm not even sure how they got 3. They didn't even put a plus 2. And then this one right here on B, they went and they added these two together before they did anything else. And I'm not sure what they did over here. I don't think that's not it. All right, here's the last one that we're doing together. Do this now. So on this one, you have the distributive property. You're going to take 2 times 3 and 2 times 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2x is 4x. And that equals negative 6. Now, just like our two-step problems, we subtract 6 from each side. I get 4x equals negative 12. And I'll divide by 4. And I get x equals negative 3. Now, for more practice on this, you can go to this textbook page. These textbook pages will go over the type of problems that we just did. Now, I want you to look at another type. I want you to look at, I'm just going to do one of these for right now, then tomorrow's lesson will go into more details. Minus 6x plus 3 equals negative 8x minus 21 on your paper. Now, as you notice on this one, if I draw my dotted line at the equal sign, and I look on the left-hand side, there's nothing I can put together over here. If I go over and I look on the right-hand side, there's nothing that I can put together because there's x's and units. Okay, but to be able to solve this, we need to move our x's to one side. Okay, so our x's have to be on one side and our numbers on another. Normally you'll hear me talk about, it doesn't really matter which one, but to help us with one of our next units with inequalities, it's easier if you guys work on just moving your x's to the left. And if I want to move my x over here to the left-hand side, I can't just put it over there. I can't just put it over there. I need to do the opposite. So I need to add 8x. Because it says minus 8x, I add 8x to each side. Now, negative 6x plus 8x gives me 2x. That 3, that plus 3, I'll just bring it down. 8 minus 8, that makes 0. and I'll just bring down that negative 21. So all I did was move my x's to the left. And you can't just put them over there. When you go across the equal sign, you have to do the opposite. So now this is a regular two-step equation. I subtract 3 from each side. These cancel. I get 2x equals negative 24. And I will divide by 2. My answer is x equals negative 12, and you need to have that boxed in. Okay, so when there's x's on both sides, you just move the x's to the left, numbers to the right, and you should be able to solve as long as you have the x's on one side.